My name is Bonique Gonzalez, and I will be talking about my writing process. So, when this semester started, I was afraid my writing wasn't going to be good. I used to write just to write. Now I have learned how to write with purpose. I started rewriting my papers word for word to catch mistakes. Then I would go back and edit it just to be sure that everything was okay. I would sometimes also ask my friends in class to read my paper and tell me their opinions. I used their feedback to fix my papers and to make it better. So here's an example of how I first started to plan out my research paper. So we were encouraged to pick at least 3 supporting articles or sources that pertained to our research question. Mine was, how do ADHD medications help students focus and what are their effects? So from the 3 sources we picked, we were supposed to get claim, evidence, audience, purpose, gaps, and important quotes. And then I developed a research tool. I decided I was going to do a self-study on myself. I studied myself in and outside of class while I was on my medications and while I was off them. So here are 2 charts. This top one is when I was in class, and this bottom one is when I was outside of class on my medications. Now, these bottom 2 are when I was off my medications inside and out of class. And then down here I explained how my medications affected me and what I saw overall. So another example is my research paper. This is the very first draft. You see up here my title was Pros and Cons of ADHD Medications, and on the corner here I have comments from my professor Bonnie. And then over here is my final draft. As you can see, the title changed. Now my title is ADHD, the Endgame. And then the data that was previously seen in my research log was put into my research paper to make it flow. And you can totally tell the difference between my first draft and my final draft. I was very happy with the way my final draft turned out. So now I will be talking about how I learned how to write with the purpose. I used to write just because, like I said. Now that I have taken this course, I found a purpose in my writing. I wasn't sure how to do my paper at first, but once I actually found a purpose, I was able to put my all into it. I developed this purpose by connecting myself to my paper. I was writing about myself, so that really helped me out. At times when writing, I would catch myself going on about things that weren't needed. And because I knew my purpose, I didn't include those things that weren't needed. So this was my final draft. And on my first draft, I had some paragraphs that just went on, like with my sources. My sources, the way I explained them was was off. And then over here, this paragraph, I made it better. I made it flow and just very understanding. So as for learning with my peers, that really helped me. Interacting with my peers helped me a lot because I would ask my peers to read my papers and their opinions would help me fix my mistakes. So in class, we had an activity where we would write or comment things that we thought could be changed. So right here I have a comment from Janae Perez telling me to proof convincing my audience that, sorry. Okay, so she told me to help make a better appeal or attraction to my audience and give them a reason to actually want to read my paper. And honestly, that really helped me out a lot, because after that, I changed it up. And then also, I have more comments. This is from my professor, Bonnie. I asked her to help me fix my introduction because I wasn't satisfied with it. And then also, going back to my final draft, we published it into a magazine, and we were separated into two groups, the magazine team and the website team. I was on the magazine team, and I feel like being in the magazine team really helped me improve my writing, because my writing and my how do I say it? My, I guess, editing skills. I was really afraid of editing other people's work because I thought I would mess it up. But as I started editing papers, this is one of the papers that I edited by Jacob Leal, and I was supposed to change the transitions, and I was so terrified. And then I asked Bonnie to help me out a little bit, and after she explained to me how to change the beginning of paragraphs, I really got it, and it just came natural to me, and I really enjoyed editing papers. And I honestly didn't want to switch like magazine, how do I say it, like different tasks. I wanted to stay on this editing group because I really enjoyed it. And that is all. Thank you.